Most people are taught that manifesting is a difficult process. They believe you need endless rituals, countless affirmations, and hours of positive thinking every single day in order to make your dream life appear. They picture manifestation as some exhausting task, almost like a second job. But the truth is much simpler. Manifestation is not about how much effort you put in, it's about how aligned you are with what you desire. Imagine for a moment that you're standing in the middle of an invisible field, an endless space filled with every possibility you can think of. This field contains every version of your life that could ever exist. The life where you succeed, the life where you fail, the life where you find love, the life where you feel alone, the life where you are healthy, and the life where you struggle. All of it already exists within this invisible ocean of possibilities. You don't create these outcomes from nothing. They're already there, waiting. Your role is not to force them into existence, but to select them. Think of reality as an ocean filled with countless waves. Each wave represents a different outcome, and they're all moving at once. Which wave becomes real for you depends on where your attention goes. The moment you focus on one possibility with enough clarity and feeling, you collapse it into your reality. This isn't philosophy, it's how energy and attention work together. Here's where most people go wrong. They try to force the process. They repeat affirmations while secretly doubting that any of it will work. They visualize a dream life, but feel anxiety in their bodies. They push and grind, hoping that sheer effort will make things happen. On the surface, it looks like they're doing it right. But inside, there's conflict. Their body is tense, their emotions are filled with fear, and their subconscious is screaming the opposite message of their words. That hidden signal is what reality listens to. Manifestation doesn't happen because of what you say. It happens because of what you broadcast. And you broadcast not only through your thoughts, but also through your feelings, your beliefs, and your energy. Here's the real secret. Manifestation isn't about chasing what you want. It's about becoming the version of you who already has it. When you step into that state, when you start thinking, feeling, and living as if your desire is already yours, reality has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Think about it like tuning a radio. The song you want to hear is already playing, but if your dial is set to the wrong frequency, you won't hear it. The problem isn't that the song doesn't exist, it's that you're tuned to the wrong station. Manifestation is simply about changing your frequency until you match the outcome you want. Now, let's look at why this feels so hard for many people. Your conscious mind can set an intention, but your subconscious mind carries your true program. If your conscious mind says, "I want success," but your subconscious believes, "I'm not worthy of success," then the subconscious wins. If you say, "I want love," but deep down you believe, "People always leave me," then the subconscious wins. That's why it feels like you're running in circles. You're sending out two signals at once, and the stronger one, the subconscious one, is the one the universe answers. Think back to a moment in your life when something good happened without effort. Maybe you bumped into the right person at the right time. Maybe a job opportunity appeared out of nowhere. Maybe an idea just dropped into your mind when you least expected it. What do all of these moments have in common? You weren't forcing them. You weren't stressed, doubting, or desperate. You were relaxed, open, and available. That openness is alignment. And alignment is the real technique of manifestation. So how do you create alignment in daily life? You start by practicing small shifts. If you want abundance, stop waiting until the money shows up. Practice feeling abundant now in simple ways. Notice the food on your plate, the roof over your head, the people who care about you. Treat yourself kindly. Give freely, even if it's just a smile or a kind word. Every small action that feels abundant adds to the frequency of abundance. If you want love, don't wait until someone enters your life to feel it. Start giving love now, to yourself, to your friends, to the little details in your day. Love your morning coffee. Love the sound of music. Love the quiet moments. The more you generate love, the more you tune yourself to that frequency. If you want health, stop obsessing over what's wrong. Start celebrating what's right. If you can breathe, walk, or even just sit in stillness, that's a gift. Care for your body by moving it, resting it, feeding it well. Show gratitude for what it does for you, even if it's not perfect. That energy of appreciation is what calls in greater health. Remember, it's not about pretending that problems don't exist. It's about shifting your focus to what you do want and practicing it often enough that it becomes natural. Alignment is not about perfection. It's about consistency. You will have days when you fall into fear or doubt, and that's okay. The key is how quickly you return to balance. The faster you realign, the faster your reality responds. And here's something most people overlook. Your environment matters. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the places you go all shape your energy. If you surround yourself with negativity and fear, you'll find it harder to stay aligned. But if you place yourself in uplifting environments, whether that's spending time in nature, being around positive people, or simply creating a peaceful space in your home, you make alignment easier. When you understand this, manifestation stops feeling like hard work. You stop trying to control every detail. Instead, you learn to trust the process and focus on becoming the person who naturally attracts the life you want. The question shifts from how do I get what I want to who do I need to become so that what I want comes naturally to me. That's the real secret nobody talks about.
If you've ever wondered why your life feels like it's stuck on repeat, the answer lies in one word: subconscious. Most people believe they are creating their life with their conscious mind, the part of them that sets goals, makes plans, and decides what they want. But here's the truth. The conscious mind is only a tiny fraction of your power. Science suggests it controls maybe 5% of your daily thoughts and actions. The other 95% is run automatically by the subconscious. That means most of what you experience is not happening because of what you consciously say or think, but because of the hidden programs running in the background. These programs are old beliefs, stored emotions, and repeated patterns that were installed long ago, many of them before you were even 8 years old. Think about it. As a child, you didn't choose your environment. You absorbed it. If you grew up hearing money is hard to come by, that became a program. If you saw relationships full of conflict, that became a program. If you felt unsafe, unworthy, or invisible, those feelings became programs too. And the subconscious does not judge. It simply records and repeats. So fast forward to your adult life. You consciously say, I want success, but if the subconscious is still running the belief, I'm not good enough, then success feels blocked. You say, I want love, but if your subconscious carries fear of rejection, every relationship you enter will somehow echo that fear. You say, I want health, but if your subconscious believes your body is weak, your actions and choices will mirror that belief. This is why affirmations alone often don't work. You can say, I am abundant 1,000 times a day, but if your subconscious is still running, I never have enough, your deeper signal wins. The field of reality listens to that deeper broadcast. Here's an analogy. Imagine your life as a car. Your conscious mind is like the person sitting in the passenger seat, pointing out directions, saying, let's go here. But your subconscious is the one driving. No matter how much the passenger shouts, the driver controls the wheel. If the driver has been programmed with a faulty map, you'll keep ending up at the wrong destination. So the real question is,
How do you change the driver's map? How do you reprogram the subconscious so it stops working against you and starts working for you? The first step is awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of. Start noticing your patterns. Look at the repeating situations in your life. Do you always end up in similar relationships? Do you keep facing the same financial struggles? Do you feel stuck in the same emotional cycles? These are clues. They reveal what your subconscious is running in the background. The second step is presence. The subconscious runs on autopilot, especially when you're distracted. But the moment you become fully present, in your body, in your breath, in this exact moment, you interrupt the autopilot. Presence creates a gap, and in that gap, you have the power to choose differently. The third step is emotion. The subconscious speaks the language of feelings, not logic. That's why emotional experiences, both good and bad, get stored so deeply. If you want to reprogram your subconscious, you need to create new emotional experiences that carry the frequency of what you desire. That's why visualization works when it's done with feeling. It's not about seeing a picture in your mind. It's about feeling it so vividly that your body believes it's real. When the body feels it, the subconscious records it as truth. So, for example, if you want abundance, don't just picture money. Imagine the relief, the freedom, the gratitude of already having it. Let your body feel safe, supported, and expansive. If you want love, don't just imagine a person. Feel the warmth, the connection, the safety of love already present. Let your body know what love feels like. If you want health, don't just think about being well. Feel the energy, the strength, the lightness of a healthy body. Train your body to recognize health as normal. The fourth step is repetition. The subconscious learns through repeated experience. That's why habits are powerful. They teach the subconscious what is normal. The more often you return to the feelings of abundance, love, or health, the more your subconscious rewires. Over time, the old programs weaken and the new ones take over. But here's something most people forget. Your environment also programs your subconscious. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, the conversations you engage in, all of these are feeding your subconscious every single day. If you constantly surround yourself with fear, doubt, and negativity, your subconscious records it as truth. But if you place yourself in uplifting environments, your subconscious begins to believe in new possibilities. This is why it's so important to protect your inner world. Notice what you're allowing in. Ask yourself, does this feed the reality I want or the reality I'm trying to leave behind? Every input is shaping your subconscious. Now here's the most empowering part. Once you reprogram your subconscious, manifestation becomes natural. You no longer have to fight against yourself. Your conscious desire and your subconscious signal finally align. And when alignment happens, reality shifts fast. People often say, when it rains, it pours. Usually they mean it negatively, but it works the same way positively. When your subconscious shifts, life starts moving in your favor. The opportunities, the people, the resources, they seem to appear out of nowhere, but they were always there, waiting. The only change was that now you were tuned to the right frequency to receive them. So if you've been struggling to manifest, it's not because you're broken. It's not because the universe is ignoring you. It's simply because your subconscious was running an old program. And the good news is, programs can be rewritten. You are not trapped by your past. You are only guided by the frequency you continue to practice. Your subconscious is powerful. For years, it may have felt like it was working against you, but once you learn how to speak its language, it becomes your greatest ally. And when your subconscious and conscious mind finally move in the same direction, that's when manifestation stops being a struggle and starts becoming your natural state of being.
If there's one word that sums up manifestation, it's this: alignment.
Alignment is what happens when your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions are moving in the same direction. It's when your conscious desires and your subconscious programs finally match. When alignment happens, manifestation feels natural. Things fall into place. Opportunities flow toward you. Life feels less like pushing against a wall and more like being carried by a current. But most people live out of alignment. They say they want one thing, but they feel and act in the opposite way. They want wealth, but they constantly worry about bills. They want love, but they walk around guarded and closed off. They want health, but they keep repeating the story of being sick or tired. This split creates inner conflict, and the universe doesn't respond to the words you speak, it responds to the energy you hold. Think of alignment like tuning a guitar. If even one string is out of tune, the whole song sounds off. In the same way, if even one part of you, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or actions, is out of alignment, your manifestation process feels blocked. The goal isn't to be perfect, but to bring your inner world into harmony as often as possible. So how do you create alignment? The first step is clarity. You can't align with what you want if you're not clear on what it is. Many people send mixed signals because they aren't sure what they truly desire. One day they say they want freedom. The next day they say they want stability. One day they want love. The next day they fear being vulnerable. These contradictions confuse the field of possibilities. So take time to ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what others expect from me. Not what I think will make me look successful. What do I, deep in my soul, truly want? The second step is emotional alignment. Once you're clear, you need to practice feeling as if it's already true. This doesn't mean faking it or pretending everything is perfect. It means generating the emotional state that matches your desired reality. If you want abundance, practice feeling secure and supported. If you want love, practice feeling open and connected. If you want health, practice feeling strong and energized. These emotions are like magnetic signals, pulling experiences toward you that match their frequency. The third step is belief alignment. Beliefs are the rules your subconscious lives by. If your beliefs contradict your desires, you'll always feel blocked. For example, if you believe money is evil, but you want financial freedom, there's conflict. If you believe love always ends in pain, but you want a lasting relationship, there's conflict. To create alignment, you need to gently question and update these beliefs. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Where did it come from? Does it serve me now? The moment you see a belief clearly, it begins to lose its power. The fourth step is action alignment. Actions are the physical proof of your energy. If your actions contradict your desires, you send mixed messages. For example, you can't say you want health but constantly neglect your body. You can't say you want abundance but treat yourself as if you'll never have enough. You can't say you want love but close your heart to every opportunity. Alignment means living in a way that reflects your desires, even in small ways. Here's an example. Imagine someone who wants to manifest abundance. They practice feeling secure and abundant. They questioned old beliefs like I'll always struggle, and then they take aligned action. Maybe they invest in themselves, share their gifts, or make choices that reflect trust instead of fear. Suddenly, doors open, opportunities show up. Why? Because they're no longer sending out a split signal. Their inner world and outer actions match. Here's another example. Imagine someone who wants to manifest love. They practice feeling love in themselves. They challenge beliefs like, I'm not worthy of love. And they take aligned action by opening up, connecting with people, and allowing themselves to be seen. Love begins to flow toward them because their energy and actions are finally in harmony. Alignment doesn't mean everything is always easy. Life will still present challenges. But when you're aligned, challenges feel different. Instead of being roadblocks, they feel like stepping stones, guiding you toward growth. You stop seeing difficulties as proof that you've failed and start seeing them as opportunities to realign more deeply. And here's the beautiful part. Alignment doesn't require massive effort. You don't need to spend hours in meditation or force yourself to think positively all day. Alignment is about small, consistent shifts. It's about checking in with yourself throughout the day and asking, does this thought, this feeling, this action match the reality I want? If not, how can I shift just a little closer to alignment right now? For example, if you catch yourself worrying about money,
Pause and shift to gratitude for what you already have. If you feel lonely, pause and give love to yourself or someone else in a small way. If you feel unhealthy, pause and take one action, drink water, stretch, rest, that reflects care for your body. These small shifts matter. They build momentum. Over time, they create a new normal. And once alignment becomes your new normal, manifestation stops feeling like a mystery and starts feeling like a natural law. Another important piece of alignment is trust. Many people sabotage themselves by constantly checking if their manifestation is working. They plant the seed but dig it up every day to see if it's growing. This lack of trust pulls them out of alignment. True alignment means trusting that what you've asked for is already in motion, even if you can't see it yet. Just like a seed grows underground before it breaks through the soil, your desires are growing in the unseen before they appear in your life. So remember this. Alignment is the bridge between your inner world and your outer reality. It's not about forcing, chasing, or begging. It's about tuning yourself to the frequency of what you want until reality has no choice but to reflect it.
We've explored the foundations of quantum manifestation. We've talked about clarity, energy, belief, and alignment. But now we come to the most important part, living it. Because manifestation isn't something you do once. It's not a single meditation, a single affirmation, or a single visualization. Manifestation is a way of living. It's a daily practice. Think of it like this. If you want to be physically healthy, you don't go to the gym one time and expect to be strong forever. You move your body regularly. You nourish it with food and rest. You stay consistent. The same is true for manifestation. It's about choosing every day to live in alignment with the reality you desire. So how do you make manifestation a living practice? It begins with awareness. Every day, life gives you moments where you can choose between fear and trust, lack and abundance, contraction and expansion. Most people make these choices unconsciously, on autopilot, based on old patterns. But when you practice awareness, you start to catch yourself. You notice the thought of doubt creeping in. You notice the tension in your body when you worry. You notice the urge to grip and control. And in that moment, you create space. You open the door to choose differently. The second key is emotional regulation. Too often, people think manifestation means feeling good all the time. That's not true. You are human. You will feel fear, sadness, doubt, anger. That's natural. The difference is how you relate to those emotions. When you regulate, you don't suppress or deny them. You allow them to be felt, but you don't let them control your choices. You take a breath, you ground yourself, you remember your chosen frequency, you gently bring yourself back to alignment. This is real mastery, not avoiding emotions, but learning to move through them with grace. The third key is daily embodiment. Manifestation isn't just mental, it's physical. It shows up in how you breathe, how you walk, how you speak, how you treat yourself. Embodiment means carrying the energy of your desired reality into your everyday actions. If you want to manifest abundance, walk through the day with an open, generous heart. If you want love, speak kindly to yourself and others. If you want health, treat your body as though it already is thriving. Every choice becomes an opportunity to embody the version of you who already has what you desire. Here's a simple daily practice. In the morning, before you look at your phone, take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, what frequency am I choosing today? Maybe it's joy, maybe it's trust, maybe it's peace. Let that be your compass. Throughout the day, whenever you feel stressed or pulled off course, pause. Place a hand on your heart. Breathe. Ask yourself, what would the version of me who already has my desire choose right now? Then take one small step in that direction. At night, before sleep, reflect on the day.
Notice moments you aligned and moments you wobbled. Celebrate even the smallest wins. Gratitude magnifies alignment. The fourth key is trust in timing. One of the biggest reasons people block manifestation is impatience. They want results immediately, and when they don't see them, they fall into doubt and frustration. But manifestation doesn't work on your clock. It unfolds in perfect timing, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Sometimes your desire arrives in ways you didn't expect. Sometimes life guides you through challenges first, to prepare you for what's coming. When you trust timing, you release pressure. You let the seed grow in its season. You stop digging it up to check if it's sprouting. The fifth key is community. Humans are not meant to do this work alone. Your energy is influenced by the people around you. If you're surrounded by negativity, fear, and doubt, it's harder to stay aligned. But if you connect with others who are practicing coherence, who are choosing trust, who are living with awareness, you uplift each other, you co-regulate, you create a field of support. This is why finding spaces, whether online or offline, where you feel seen and supported is so powerful. Energy multiplies in community. The sixth key is play. Yes, play. Many people take manifestation too seriously. They turn it into another job, another task, another thing to get right. But the energy of play, lightness, curiosity, openness, is magnetic. Think about it. Some of your best ideas probably came when you were relaxed, laughing, or doing something fun. That's because play opens your energy. It makes you receptive. The universe doesn't respond well to heaviness and desperation, but it flows easily when you're open, light, and curious. So let manifestation be a game. Experiment with it. Try small things and watch them show up. Play with synchronicities. Notice little signs. Smile when the universe surprises you. The more you treat manifestation as play, the less pressure you feel. And the less pressure you feel, the more naturally it works. Here's something important to remember. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. Wanting is a state of lack. It says, I don't have this. Being is a state of alignment. It says, I already am this. That's why the real practice is not chasing your desires, but becoming the person who already lives them. The version of you who feels abundant, loved, healthy, free. The version of you who walks through the world knowing life supports them. When you shift into being, manifestation stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like a natural reflection. Just like a mirror doesn't choose what to reflect, it simply reflects what's in front of it. The universe reflects the signal you're being. So here's the invitation. Start living as though your desire is already here, even if only in small ways at first. If you want abundance, treat yourself with care and generosity. If you want love, open your heart in little ways each day. If you want health, speak to your body with kindness. Every small action is a signal. Every small shift is a seed. And when you wobble, as you will, don't judge yourself. Don't think you failed. Simply notice and return. The power isn't in never slipping, it's in how quickly you realign. That's the practice. Over and over, gently, consistently choosing alignment. This is where manifestation becomes a lifestyle, not a trick. It's not about controlling life, it's about co-creating with it. It's about dancing with the quantum field instead of fighting it. It's about remembering that you are not separate from the field. You are part of it. You are both the observer and the observed, the wave and the particle, the creator and the creation. And when you live from this place, life feels different. You stop chasing, you stop forcing, you start allowing, you start trusting, you start noticing the magic that's been here all along. So let me leave you with this final thought. Manifestation isn't about doing more. It's about being more, being the clearest, most coherent version of yourself. When you live in alignment, when you practice awareness, when you trust timing, when you play, when you embody the energy of your desires, life cannot help but reflect it back to you. Because the truth is simple, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. So, who are you choosing to be today?